Get ready for The Splash Live, Greater West Bloomfield's dedicated update show. Events, businesses, and people. Anything and anyone causing a ripple in the community. And now, let's dive in to The Splash Live.
Hello and welcome back to The Splash Live, Greater West Bloomfield's live daily news and talk show. It's your stories from your hometown on your community television, radio, and other media outlets. I'm Tyler Kieft, alongside Dayan Chaaban. You can always join us each and every day on Civic Center TV, on Comcast Channel 15, and on AT&T Channel 99. Find us also on our website on civiccentertv.com on our Watch Live page. We're right there on our homepage as you're exploring all of our other original programming all throughout the week. You can also find us on Facebook on facebook.com/civiccentertv15, as well as on our YouTube page every single day, live and on demand on youtube.com. Just search Greater West Bloomfield Civic Center TV, and that's where you'll find us online. You can also listen to us each and every day, all throughout the day, on 89.3 Lakes FM, as well as on lakesfm.com. So no matter where you're at, whether you're at home, whether you're at the office, or you're on the road, you can always get your latest news and updates from right here in the Greater West Bloomfield community. Diane, so far this week, the weather kind of been back and forth. It's been hot, it's been cold, it's been sunny, it's been cloudy. What are we looking at over the next couple of days?
Friday, we are looking at a mix of partly cloudy to mostly cloudy skies for both today, Thursday, and Friday. We're expecting highs of 76 and temperatures to drop low to 59 tonight. Looking into Friday, the temperatures are going to also drop down a little bit more. It's dropping down to 67, mostly cloudy skies, and 54 and in the evening. Saturdays are going to be a little bit more pleasant with only partly cloudy skies with the highs of 72 and the lows of 55. Saturday, Tyler, looks like a good day to do a lot of outdoor activities, a lot of walking, and we are going to talk a little bit about the events that are coming up in our community on Saturdays.
Yeah, a lot of weekend fun ahead in the Greater West Bloomfield area and across Oakland County. We'll get to those later on in the program. What's also making headlines today in the Greater West Bloomfield area and across Oakland County, the Greater West Bloomfield Chamber of Commerce is emphasizing leadership as well as partnership in the month of September. They have a really exciting event coming up in just a few weeks. We recently talked to Suzanne Levine, the executive director of the Greater West Bloomfield Chamber of Commerce, and yesterday we had announced on the program that we will be broadcasting live from their annual leadership breakfast. This will feature Casey Crane from Crane's Communications, as well as Rup Raj from Fox 2 News in Detroit, discussing leadership in business, how that helps to build those partnerships, and what businesses in our local area can do to navigate today's economy and the changes that are continuing to be ongoing as technology takes a greater toll on our community, especially on our business community. You can register now for the event that's happening on September 27th at 8:30 a.m. at Wabi Country Club. You got to register by September 21st, 2023. Just go to westbloomfieldchamber.com/conversation for more information as well as to register. It's $55 for members of the Greater West Bloomfield Chamber of Commerce to attend, but you don't have to be a member to attend the event. It's another $10 extra, $65 for non-members. And again, we'll have that broadcast live for you in case you aren't able to attend, but we highly encourage you to attend in person so that you can ask your questions to Casey Crane and to Rup Raj and get to know some of our local businesses. Hey, maybe there's some partnerships that you and another local business can get into that would really help to build both of your businesses now and into the future. Suzanne Levine, the executive director of our local Chamber of Commerce, is well known to be a business matchmaker in our community, and that's a great event to spark some of those ideas, spark some of those conversations, and learn what's going on. The West Bloomfield Library is hiring for 5 positions coming up. We'll tell you all those positions in our local area that you can potentially apply for. The West Bloomfield Fire Department open house is set to be a milestone celebration in 2023. We will tell you all the details on what that celebration is, what that milestone is, and activities that will be happening at this year's open house. Michigan Memories is a Facebook page that goes through some of the history of the state of Michigan. And recently, highlighted some local history for here in the Greater West Bloomfield community. We'll tell you about this person and her story later on in the program. You'll have a chance in a couple of weeks to meet your neighbors of all different backgrounds and all different life experiences at the Connect Senior Center in the Greater West Bloomfield area. We'll give you the details on that event, who is organizing it, and some of the really fun stuff happening at that event as well. Laker football returns for its first home game of the season on Friday night at West Bloomfield High School. We'll give you the details on the game, as well as Family Fun Night. Julie Beaty will join us on the program today to discuss that annual event. That's a lot of fun before the big game on Friday night kicks off right here on Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM. Kids have an opportunity to submit their art to the Oakland County Water Resources Commissioner for a chance to be featured in a calendar. We'll give you the information on who can join in on this contest, what they're looking for, and how you can submit your artwork. Seniors in our community will soon have a chance to speak with one of our state senators, Rosemary Bayer, at her senior summit. We'll give you all the details on what will be discussed at this summit coming up later on in the month on today's program. Oakland County is hosting listening sessions as well to address the opioid crisis. We'll tell you why they're holding these sessions, what they're focusing on, and how that could impact ways that funding that's coming into Oakland County goes toward fighting the opioid epidemic in our local area. You have a chance also to share your voice for a healthier Oakland County through an Echo survey. Dayan Chaaban will give you details on that later on in the program. Plenty to get to on today's edition of The Splash Live. Stay tuned. It's your stories from your hometown on your community media. The Splash Live returns after this.
We'll be right back with The Splash Live. Watch West Bloomfield Lakers football all season long on 89.3 Lakes FM and Civic Center TV. Join Tyler Kieft and Matt Catoni each week for live, in-depth, and exclusive coverage before, during, and after the big game. High school on Lakes FM.
Okay, Dad. 1, 2, 3. You saved me. Dad?
I'm fine.
And now, back to The Splash Live.
Back to the Splash Live, Greater West Bloomfield's live daily news and stories from your hometown. Media here on Civic Center, always on our Comcast 1599, as well as on our TV. If you would like to give us a follow and join along with us each and every week, and information on all of our other original programming coming up all throughout the year as well. The Greater West Bloomfield is a really fun event coming up, and an interesting event for you business professionals. An annual leadership Crane and you can learn more information on westbloomfieldchamber.org/conversation.com conversation for even more on that event. 50 members, 60 non-members to join. Great opportunities. Great business ventures in the greater West Bloomfield community or even outward with neighboring communities also in the greater West Bloomfield. So just to pick the brain people that have success in our local Crane and Roop Ride to do that. If you will be there, putting this live broadcast together. It's going to be another of the Splash Live with the event beginning at 8 a.m. on just 3 weeks on Wednesday at Wabi Country Club. If you can, to it again, $50. Public library, peaceful work environment. There's no better place to go than to the quiet of the West Bloomfield.
That is true, Tyler. So the West Bloomfield Library is asking individuals from various backgrounds and roles. So I'm gonna mention one other aspect. Libraries, IT with installations, upgrade, everything related to other positions, assistant, pre-monitor position, the quiet contains that age, and there's a lot of roles there, a lot of different people from various backgrounds. You can visit WBL.org for more information, or at their Facebook page. You can add them at facebook.com/lib.com/bloom for more info. All of the on there, you can contact directly or just visit the webpage. Again, it's wblib.org. Tyler, a lot of incredible roles, and again, as you mentioned, it's a great team to work with.
Yeah, it is. It's a really great team they have at the West Bloomfield Township Public Library. And a lot of these jobs that are opening, you may have noticed as Dayan was going through the details on this, that a lot of these jobs have to do with technology, as the library, not just a place for you to check out books or to check out videos, but also a place to get help with the aging community that has a large senior population, and technology has become a much more important part of our day-to-day life, and people need assistance with that, and what better people to teach them in those even high school age. If you're looking for a great first job, or it's part-time, it's going to be doing something that you're doing every single day. It's not necessarily going to be hard work for you if this is something that you're dealing with every single day, and you're helping people in the community too. So great opportunities with our friends at the West Bloomfield Township Public Library. More information on those jobs on wblib.org, wblib.org. We're also going to be celebrating soon with another one of our friends here in our local community. The West Bloomfield Township Fire Department's annual open house is coming in the first week of October. In fact, the first day of October, Sunday, October 1st, from 12 noon to 3 p.m. at Fire Station Number 1. That is the fire station right directly next to, on the north side of West Bloomfield High School, right behind one of the goalposts on the football field, just over that weekend. Annual firehouse, this fire department open house, and this year's demonstrations, this year's event, the fun that's happening at Fire Station Number 1 is even more special because they're celebrating 100 years of service to the Greater West Bloomfield community. The West Bloomfield Township Fire Department, having served since 1923, expanded over the many years from serving just West Bloomfield Township and the small area of the township, as as our local community has expanded. And then, of course, the Tri-City Fire Board partnership that's been going on for decades now in the Greater West Bloomfield community, only bigger impact in our local community. This is a great event for those that want to explore what the fire department does each and every day. It's an excellent event for the kids as well, with live demonstrations and games and hands-on displays. The fire department smokehouse will be there, which is a trailer that they bring in that they can simulate just how quickly it takes for smoke to fill up a room in case of a home fire, a kitchen fire, or something of those means, and really does a great job of teaching kids and even adults how to certain areas of your home in the event of smoke filling up the room. A great demonstration and very hands-on in that case. There'll be others all throughout the fire station, as well as some special presentations and special entertainment also in the works for the 100th anniversary of the West Bloomfield Township Fire Department being celebrated at the Fire Department Open House. Parking will be available for this noon to 3 event on Sunday, October 1st, right next door at school. And if you don't want to make that walk from the high school over to fire station number 1 after you park, West Bloomfield Parks and Recreation will be providing a free shuttle to and from the event throughout the day. So come on over to fire station number 1 for this event. Again, mark your calendar, Sunday, October 1st from 12 noon to 3 p.m. And Diane, what's also really cool about this event is they bring in different organizations from throughout the community, including those that are focused on healthcare. You saw on the screen just a moment ago, .com, a flyer for Alana's Foundation. This is a local nonprofit that focuses on providing flu information as well as flu vaccines right here in our local area. They will be once again at the Fire Department Open House. A great opportunity for you to get your annual flu shot, get it early, get it out of the way, and you can pre-register, in fact, for it. You go to alanas.vna.org and enter the information on your screen. We'll leave that up there for a moment if you want, on our YouTube page, on our Facebook page, even on our watch tuning in today, to pause and take a look at this picture, scan that QR code that's on the flyer. You can pre-register to get your flu shot at this event. You have to be at least 17 years or older. Those 17 and younger, my apologies, do have to have a parental consent form, but there's information for those that have insurance and those that are uninsured to receive subsidies for these shots as well. They happen right there at the Fire Department Open House. You just get it right out of the way, get on to the rest and your day, and don't have to take extra time out of maybe your work week to go over to your local clinic, or to go to your doctor's office, or to go to your local pharmacy to get your flu shot. You can do it while you're out and about with the family. And Diane, what's even more important is getting to celebrate our local fire and our paramedics. So learn a lot of organization safety.
The Splash Live to talk to us a little bit about experiences that they had as paramedics, how they saved lives, and their need for more people to join them on their team. As we talked a little bit about those scholarships that they're offering. So it's a great way for people who are interested in this field, not necessarily in the scholarship, but just interested in the paramedics field, to learn a little bit about what the Greater West Bloomfield or the fire and paramedics individuals save our lives on a daily basis, what they do and how they go about their day and how they actually risk their lives to save us. So that's a great way to learn them, to enjoy a day with them. And again, as you said, it's there's also a healthcare foundation that's offering flu shots to our younger generation. So all in all, it's a great event. I think it can't get any better than this, honestly. It's all about healthcare and saving lives. So.
And you can also learn more information about that foundation that will be providing those flu shots. Alana's Foundation, it is a local organization that originated here in West Bloomfield, has a really tragic backstory, but the family of Alana Yaksich of the late Alana Yaksich has turned her story into a lot of good in our community, and you can learn more about Alana's Foundation, whether you're able to attend the fire department open house or not, at alanasfoundation.org. And of course, keep up to date on everything happening in West Bloomfield Township by staying tuned with us on CivicCenterTV.com or by going to wbtownship.org for more information directly from the West Bloomfield Township Fire Department. We'll take a break on the Splash Live. On the other side, a Michigan historical Facebook page crowned a local memory on Wednesday. We'll tell you about that story coming up, as well as an opportunity for you to meet your neighbors and learn a little bit about the many different cultures in our local area at an event coming up in just a few weeks. Stay tuned. More of your stories from your hometown on your community media coming up on the Splash Live.
We'll be right back with the Splash Live.
1 in 4 Michigan homes has high levels of radon, a naturally occurring radioactive gas known to cause lung cancer. It doesn't matter where you live or what type of home you have. You won't even know it's there unless you test. So don't wait. Testing is cheap and easy, and if there's a problem, it's simple to fix. Visit michigan.gov/radon to learn more.
We took action. Will you?
How do you know when you've made the right decision? It's the feeling you get in your gut. The one that tells you what's right or wrong. It's the one that says, sure, I can have a drink. Or the feeling that says, okay, I've been drinking. Now what? It's the voice inside you that says, I'm buzzed. Better leave the car when it's time to go. Plan ahead. Catch a sober ride. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Wondering what to say to someone who's been sexually assaulted or abused?
I believe you. I'm so sorry this happened.
It's not your fault.
Confidential and anonymous help is available at the Michigan Sexual Assault Hotline. Connect with us 24/7. Call 855-VOICES-4 or text 1-866-238-1454 for help. Learn more at michigan.gov/voices4.
And now, back to the Splash Live.
Welcome back to the Splash Live, Greater West Bloomfield's live daily news and talk show. It's your stories from your hometown on your community media outlet, Civic Center TV. You can always find us on our website on CivicCenterTV.com, as well as, of course, live on our cable television stations on Comcast Channel 15 and AT&T Channel 99, as well as on social media on Facebook at Civic Center TV 15 and on YouTube at Civic Center TV. All the different places you can find us live and on demand all throughout the day. CivicCenterTV.com, also a great place to check your local listings for when we'll be airing this program all throughout the day for our live shows. Recently, a Facebook page that highlights Michigan history, it's called Michigan Memories, highlighted a memory that hits right back home here in the West Bloomfield area. On Wednesday, they made a post about this woman in the picture here, Pamela Eldred, who was crowned Miss America back in Miss America 1970, back on September 6th of 1969. In that same year, she was previously Miss Detroit 1969 and later became Miss Michigan before winning the Miss America pageant for 1970 and being officially named Miss America on September 6th of 1969. During that competition for the 1970 Miss America pageant, she performed a dance to music from Romeo and Juliet, helped her to lead her to victory in that pageant. And all the while, she had hailed from right here in West Bloomfield Township, where she spent most of her life living, in fact, including with her significant other, with her husband, for a number of years. She was born here back in 1948, and on July 12th of 2022, her life did end here in West Bloomfield as well, at the age of 74 years old. And really nice to see that memory come up on Michigan Memories Facebook page. It has a couple thousand followers. It goes through the history of the state of Michigan, looking back at special moments and special stories from throughout the community, including highlighting someone making Michigan history back in 1970 as Miss America 1970. So want to recognize that today, as well as that was a really cool post to see late yesterday after our program. I saw that on our Facebook page and thought it was worth mentioning on our program today to highlight one of our local celebrities here. from the Greater West Bloomfield area. You have a chance coming up in a couple of weeks, a really fun event at the Connect Senior Center at the new location on 14 Mile and Farmington Roads to meet your neighbors. This is a really cool, really interesting event that's being put on by the West Bloomfield Diversity Task Force, which is a partnership between West Bloomfield Parks, the library, West Bloomfield Township, and residents like you who have joined in and volunteered to promote diversity and inclusion and a welcoming and friendly community environment. They're putting this event on to spark community conversation and celebration between residents of all different walks of life, celebrating the great diversity that we have in our community while getting to know each other, getting to discuss our lives all in one dedicated. It's going to be great food and a lot of entertainment happening that night. In fact, we had a chance yesterday to speak with Chris Darcy from the West Bloomfield Diversity Task Force and the supervisor's office in West Bloomfield about this event. And Dayan, it sounds like it's going to be a really fun outing for people in our community to get to know some of their neighbors, get to explore some of the culture in our community. And of course, as you're seeing on your screen right now, you can get even more information by scanning that QR code.
True, Tyler. We did talk to Chris Darcy yesterday. Very interesting conversation. She told us a little bit more about the different performances. Just to sum this up, there's going to be some Asian performances, the Taiwanese and Michigan dancers, and there's going to be some African dancers. There's also going to be someone from the Chaldean Foundation, from the Chaldean culture, from the Chaldean culture to also perform their special Middle Eastern guitar, I would say. I'm not going to specify what it is because I really don't know. It kind of looks like a mix between of a oud and guitar. So there's different performances. She mentioned there's going to be refreshments and you'll get to talk to your neighbors about their different cultures. It's just a great way to embrace our mix of cultures in West Bloomfield. We did talk a little bit yesterday also about how beautiful and diverse this community is, and this event truly represents and showcases this amazing community that we have.
Yeah, it's a great way to get to know your neighbors, get to know people from across our community, explore the vast amount of culture that we do have right here in the Greater West Bloomfield area, celebrate it and find those commonalities, those common interests, something to enjoy with each other, and a lot of fun happening at this event. On that flyer that you can see by scanning this QR code, you get even more information on the music that will be happening at about 4:30 that day, dancing at 5:30 and at 6:45, a tea ceremony at 6:15, and light refreshments all throughout the event. Again, this is Thursday, September 28th, just a few weeks away, 3 weeks away from today, 4 o'clock until 7 o'clock at the new Connect Senior Center. You can find that on 14 Mile and Farmington Road. And of course, find more information on this event and plenty of others happening at Connect and throughout the community on wbparks.org or by staying with us each and every day for the Splash Live right here on Civic Center TV. We'll take a short break. On the other side, we'll preview tomorrow night's big football game between the West Bloomfield Lakers and the Stony Creek Cougars. But even more importantly, we will speak to Julie Beaty from the West Bloomfield School District about the upcoming Family Fun Night event that's happening before the football game. The 12th annual Family Fun Night is tomorrow night, Friday night, right here in West Bloomfield Township. We'll give you all the details on that coming up next. More of your stories from your hometown on your community media right here on the Splash Live.
We'll be right back with the Live.
To making plans, what gives you fear? It was the same way you plan each detail for those moments. Start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts. Prepare an emergency kit and make a family communications plan. Protecting your family is the best plan you can make.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move, so I always had my suitcase ready to go. And one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Hey guys, it's me, Isabella Gomez, filling in for Smokey Bear because he's got more to say than just...
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Like, if you're outside enjoying a barbecue, don't let a hamburger distract you from fire safety. Make sure you aren't dumping your hot coals or ashes onto the ground because that could start a wildfire. So take wildfire prevention seriously and let's save the world one day at a time. Juntos con Smokey Bear, podemos hacerlo. Go to smokeybear.com to learn more about wildfire prevention.
And now, back to The Splash, live.
Welcome back to The Splash Live, Greater West Bloomfield's live daily news and talk show. It's your stories from your hometown on your community media outlet, Civic Center TV. You can find us on cable television, find us online on our website on civiccentertv.com, as well as on Facebook at Civic Center TV 15 and on YouTube, live and on demand all throughout the day, including all of our programs dating back years and years, historical programs, live events and moments from our local history, and so much more, including the Splash Live daily news and information from across the years. Civic Center TV is our handle on YouTube. To search Greater West Bloomfield Civic Center TV, and you can find us each and every day throughout the day for our live broadcasts. And some of our live broadcasts that you'll find on those pages as well. Laker football, West Bloomfield High School back at home for the first of just 3 times this season on Friday night. They'll be taking on a very interesting team in Rochester Hills, Stony Creek, a team that in recent years has had a lot of success, but also been kind of middle of the road in recent seasons as well. A 5-5 season for the Cougars a year ago, but very competitive, made it to the playoffs, a heartbreaking loss by just 1 point in round 1, but a very similar team coming into 2023. A very close game in week 1 for the Cougars against Harper Woods, and then last week at Bloomfield Hills High School ran them off of their home field at their home opener by a score of 57-7. It's a team that loves to push the pace. They run the football. They play very physical. They love to run no huddle, a quick run and pass attack. And this is something that gives a lot of teams problems. So that's not to say the Lakers are going to have any major issues or we should be necessarily on upset alert on Friday night. But it could make for a very interesting game, especially early on as the Lakers are trying to figure out exactly how to handle the game plan that the Cougars have put out for Family Fun Night at West Bloomfield High School. So the Lakers won that game a year ago on the road at Stony Creek. Now the rematch 1 year later as the Lakers and the Stony Creek Cougars open up their OAA Red Division schedules. Friday night at West Bloomfield High School, we'll have This Week in Laker Football at 6 o'clock, our Laker pregame show at 6:30, and the kickoff of the big game is at 7 o'clock. You can find that exclusively broadcast live on Civic Center TV on 89.3 Lakes FM, on our civiccentertv.com webpage, civiccentertv.com/LakerSports. We'll have the live broadcast for you, and you can also find it on the Facebook page, both of our station at Civic Center TV 15 and the West Bloomfield School District, as well as on our YouTube at Civic Center TV as well. But before the big game is the big fun event. The 12th annual West Bloomfield School District Family Fun Night is happening on Friday night from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. right next to the stadium at West Bloomfield High School in the parking lot at WB, where there'll be fun and games and plenty to learn about the local community on site at this year's event. You'll have local community organizations. You'll have the U.S. military will be there. You'll have the Historical Society and other community organizations. So much is going on there that I'm not the right person to explain that to you, which is why we're glad to be joined today by Julie Beaty from the West Bloomfield School District Board of Education, who's also been one of the chief planners of Family Fun Night for a number of years. Julie, thank you so much for joining us today.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me on the show.
Yeah, glad to have you on to talk about this. It's a fan favorite event. Lots of people come out every single year, not just for the football game. Many come out just to attend Family Fun Night itself and maybe see a little bit of the game. But really, it's a great time to get together as a community, have some fun, and learn a lot about the community as well. So for those that maybe are new to the Greater West Bloomfield area or haven't attended Family Fun Night before, what is this event? What is Family Fun Night?
So Family Fun Night is a way for us to celebrate the greater West Bloomfield community, which includes West Bloomfield, Orchard Lake, Keego Harbor, and even parts of Sylvan. So we really want to be able to have an opportunity for the entire school district and the entire greater community and the businesses and the different municipalities to come out and really celebrate being together as a community. And that was the initial purpose of Family Fun Night, was to pretty much create this, Friday night lights anchored around a football game where we all could get together before the game and just celebrate community, and also at the same time recognizing the men and women of service. So we recognize them during this event as well.
And it's an interesting concept too, because it's happening at the high school. It's happening on a football night, so you're going to get a lot of people out there and a lot of eyes on these different community organizations, and of course our local heroes in the police and fire departments, as well as in the U.S. military and other organizations too. So why tie this in to that sort of an event like a football game, and what is important about having this early in the school year where kids are excited? And it's, in this case, it's the first home football game of the season, something that's going to be a rarity in this particular fall. What about this event is important to not only show the kids, but show the community about what it means to be together?
Yeah, that's a great question. The purpose is to really bring them into the school district. We only have one high school. So it even makes it easier to celebrate the high school, the students. It's coming back together in the fall. It's celebrating that, kind of creating and celebrating that smaller town feel, even though we're larger. And really utilizing the fact, as I just said, that we only have one high school. And all roads, all of our schools lead to that building. And we really like having that opportunity, as I said, to celebrate the community, but also the children in the community, and recognizing they're going back to school. It gives them something to look forward to. There's so many different activities for the children to enjoy, as well as the adults. So it's really just a celebration of our students in the greater, as I said, the greater community. It brings in opportunities for local businesses, as well as other organizations that support our community, and really gives them an opportunity to do a little one-on-one with the residents as well.
And what's really cool about this is it is bringing all these different businesses and organizations and then institutions like police, fire, EMS, and the military into one consolidated area in the parking lot at West Bloomfield High School on one specific day. But it's also giving the kids a vision of what it means to be a strong community and a community that's very tight-knit and supportive of one another. And that has to be able to pay some dividends in the classroom and in those classroom environments to see this is what it means to be a community that's together. Now it's your turn to kind of take that lesson you're seeing on this night and bring it into the classroom.
Absolutely. And it really shows the students that they have a destination, and that it's a friendly destination. A lot of times the younger kids and the parents of younger kids are a little hesitant about a high school because they're all the big kids. And a lot of our high school students actually volunteered during this program, and they get to interact with the younger children in our community. And it really shows that this is a place that you want to be, that this is a destination that you're going to want your children to go to, and that they are all Lakers. This entire school district, all of our students are Lakers, and we are West Bloomfield strong, Lakers strong.
We're joined by Julie Beaty, the Secretary of the West Bloomfield School District Board of Education. Family Fun Night is coming up in just a few weeks, Friday, September 8th, from 5 o'clock until 7 o'clock. That 5 o'clock to 7 o'clock is when all the fun and games are happening. And the big game is happening at 7 o'clock on the gridiron. West Bloomfield High School taking on Rochester Hills Stony Creek in their home opener and their OAA Red Division opener as well. You can view that game on Civic Center TV and listen on 89.3 Lakes FM. And Julie, we talked about all the community elements of this event, and that's great, but it's family fun night. Tell us about the fun.
Oh, there's a ton of fun. And that's, I actually worked with our previous principal to create this event 12 years ago. So I'm one of the founders of Family Fun Night. And one of the things that we really wanted to have was different activities for the younger kids, but as well as like the middle age or the middle school kids who are a little bit harder to entertain. So there's a ton of fun. Each organization that participates brings some type of activity. So for those smaller kids, there's bounce houses, there's face painting, there's, temporary tattoos. For the older kids, we do have the photo booth you can participate in. Sometimes we have a climbing wall. The Army comes, the Navy comes, the Air Force, the Marines, they all bring different activities for the students to engage in. The Marines might bring like a pull-up bar. We've had a video semi-truck brought in so that you could go in and play video games within the semi-truck. So there's a lot of different activities for all different ages. We've had the bubble soccer game going on before in the baseball diamond. We've had the police department there. They play softball before the football game. We've had that activity. So there's so much dunk tanks that the students can dunk their teachers and principals in. Everybody loves that. Mr. Scrivo always has a very long line of students ready to dunk him in the dunk tank. So there's a lot of interaction, not just within the high school, but all of the different schools, teachers and principals participate as well. So there's a lot of fun activities for all of the students, no matter what age you are. 95.5 comes out every year. They broadcast out of the parking lot and play music for us and sometimes do giveaways. So there's a lot of different activities.
More information on Family Fun Night can be found as well on WBSD.org or on their Facebook page, facebook.com/West Bloomfield Schools. Joining us is Julie Beaty, the Secretary of the West Bloomfield School District Board of Education, and also one of the founders of West Bloomfield Family Fun Night, happening Friday, September 8th, beginning at 5 o'clock, leading right up to the West Bloomfield football game against Stony Creek. And most weeks when you have a home football game, you got to pay for your tickets. This year, all that's being done virtually and has to be done in advance, Julie. But this is a special day and a special situation where fans can get into the game for free. Tell us how they can do that.
Yes, absolutely. So wear your spirit wear. Any student wearing spirit wear can get into the football game for free. And just in case, because this is an earlier start, earlier game in the season, and you don't have spirit wear if you're new to your school, the schools will be selling spirit wear at the event itself. So if you don't have spirit wear, don't worry. You'll be able to get some there and wear that and get into the game for free. It's all about supporting
and so Julie, and you had mentioned that this is happening earlier than usual. Usually it's about mid to late September that Family Fun Night is happening. It's really in the middle of the early portion of the football season, happening a little bit earlier this year. I know the answer. I know why. But for those that may be wondering why it's happening really on the second week of the school year, tell us why it's on September 8th this year.
Yeah, we have very few home games this year. Evidently, we have a really good football team, and it's challenging to get other teams to want to play us. So we only have 3 home games this year. So it's a little earlier, but we also have to take into consideration the weather. So we chose to do it the earlier of the home games that we have. So yeah, enjoy. Please come out to watch because we only have very few home games this year. So please join us to this one.
Yeah, great opportunity to get in and see a good game against Stony Creek, a rising team in the OAA Red Division. Take on the West Bloomfield Lakers, who at that point in their season, you'll know what their team is all about, having kicked off their season at the Zenith Prep Kickoff Classic in Detroit at Tom Adams Field on the campus of Wayne State University, and then gone on the road again against Birmingham Groves. Now will be coming home for one of their 3 home games this season, because a lot of their opponents had previously been home games the last time we had seen them. So a shorter home season for the Lakers this season, but kicks off with a lot of fun on Friday, September 8th, 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. at West Bloomfield High School. Free fun activities, including a dunk tank, touch a truck, fun games, and an opportunity to meet a lot of community organizations and businesses making an impact day in and day out right here in our 4 communities. Julie, before we let you go, we've talked a little bit about this previously, about what this event brings to the community, why it's important to have something like this happen year after year, and why it's continued on now for coming up on its 12th year, the 12th annual event this year. But in terms of what you hope parents, kids, and others who attend take away, what do you hope is the overall message or the lesson that maybe they can take from seeing something like this, from experiencing something like Family Fun Night?
Yeah, there's a couple different factors that I would like people to take away. One, it's the sense of community. And one of the goals of this is to take this community that is spread out to have a better sense of that one school, one school district, and that we are together and that we are in this community together. And it's showing also students to give back, that you don't just live in a community, that you should be part of your community. And also it's recognizing the men and women of service. It gets the students an opportunity in the greater community to talk one-on-one with the fire department, with the police department, to interact with the different arms of military, to be able to offer our thanks for the sacrifices that our men and women do for us every day to keep us safe. There will be a piece of the Twin Towers that the fire department will bring. So it's really an opportunity to come out, have some fun, get together before the school year starts, enjoy some really nice Friday Night Lights type of activity, that community event, and at the same time, being able to recognize the men and women who serve us every day.
Again, more information on Family Fun Night can be found on WBSD.org, or keep up to date with them on their Facebook page, facebook.com/West Bloomfield Schools. Julie, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it. Have a great day.
Thanks to you as well. The 12th annual Family Fun Night happening Friday, September 8th at West Bloomfield High School. It all kicks off at 5 o'clock. Free fun activities, touch a truck, bounce houses, a dunk tank, games, and more, as well as a way to interact with many of our community nonprofit organizations and local businesses, making an impact every single day. Then a big football game happening, 7 o'clock, the home opener against Stony Creek, which will also be live on Civic Center TV and on 89.3 Lakes FM. We'll take a break on The Splash Live. Plenty of more news and information coming up. Stay tuned. We'll be right back with more on The Splash Live.
We'll be right back with The Splash Live.
Pure is what you make of it. It's how the hustle of the cities can change the course of history. It's the beauty of the things we create on a canvas, on a plate, or stretched high above the sidewalk. It's a patch of green or a stretch of blue, right in the heart of downtown. It's the buzz of it all, or if you prefer, it's tuning it all out. Clear your schedule and pursue your Pure in Pure, Michigan.
I don't know why you're so sad. You've got a roof over your head.
You gotta stop with that depressing stuff. That's a white people thing. You alright?
It just feels like it's coming from everywhere.
Do you want to talk about it?
You can talk to me if you're feeling sad.
Whenever you need to talk, I'm here, okay?
1 in 4 Michigan homes has high levels of radon, a naturally occurring radioactive gas known to cause lung cancer. It doesn't matter where you live or what type of home you have. You won't even know it's there unless you test. So don't wait. Testing is cheap and easy. And if there's a problem, it's simple to fix. Visit michigan.gov/radon to learn more.
We took action. Will you?
And now, back to The Splash, live.
Welcome back to The Splash Live, Greater West Bloomfield's live daily news and talk show. It's your stories from your hometown on your community media. I'm Tyler Kieft alongside Dayan Chaaban. Thank you for joining us on Civic Center TV, on our website on civiccentertv.com, as well as on social media on Facebook and on YouTube at Civic Center TV 15 and Civic Center TV, respectively. Kids are back in school now. It's been over a week of back to school for West Bloomfield, and it's just the third day of the school year for those in the Bloomfield Hills School District and others throughout our local area. And as kids are back in school, they're doing more learning online, both in the classroom and at home, which means there's more potential for interactions on the web that maybe you don't want your kids to have, or different content they could be seeing on social media throughout the school year that is maybe not age appropriate. There's a resource provided through the Michigan Secretary of State's office, and I want to bring this up once again as the school year is now underway. ProtectMIChild.com is the website that you can go to. You can register your children's cell phone numbers, their email addresses, their social media handles across various social media, and this will help put them in a registry with the state of Michigan that they, alongside some of these different social media and other web outlets, then help to protect certain content from being going through the filters of the web to your kid's screen, and ultimately then to consume that media that's not age appropriate or really appropriate at all. In addition, Oakland County the Secretary of State's office, through the Protect MI Child website at protectmichild.com, also has a bunch of other helpful tips for keeping your kids safe on the internet, an internet safety guide for teachers and for parents, so that can extend into the classroom and more, and that's all for free through the Michigan Secretary of State's office. Here in our local area, another way to keep your kids occupied during the school year and build some of their talents and their abilities is through art. And once again, you have a chance for your kids in 4th grade and 5th grade to join the Oakland County Water Resources Commissioner's Office's Kids Clean Water Calendar Contest, and also a nice tongue twister for them to say 10 times fast as they do vocal warm-ups for their day in the classroom. Entries are now open through October 6th, with winners being announced on November 17th of this year. This picture you're seeing on your screen on civiccentertv.com and on our YouTube and Facebook pages is actually from a student last year in the contest at West Hills Middle School, which is now no longer West Hills Middle School. It's now the location for Lone Pine Elementary School. But kids right here in the Greater West Bloomfield area having won this contest a year ago, and now it's open to 4th and 5th graders in our communities here in Oakland County, both in public, private, charter, and homeschools. This year's theme is we can all help keep Oakland County's lakes, rivers, streams, and watersheds clean. Entries should promote how to protect our lakes, our rivers, our streams, our other waterways, and should be done much like this art you're seeing on your screen. Original work by the kids only on an 8.5 by 11-inch piece of paper. And you can find even more information on oakgov.com/water. Mail these entries by October 6th to the Oakland County Water Resources Commissioner's Office. That address can also be found on their website at oakgov.com/water. Diane, a great way for kids to get involved, both building their art skills, but also learning more about protecting our local wildlife and our local wetlands.
That is true, Tyler. It is very essential that kids get integrated or learn and educate themselves about the importance of our environment and our surroundings. And what greater way to do it than this? So they're not only teaching the kids about the importance of our lakes and our biodiversity in Michigan and the environment, but they're also trying to get them to enjoy themselves as they do so. So this is a great way, a great initiative to probably try to, again, as I said, educate our kids, especially at this time, at times where it is needed the most to create this altruistic values towards our surroundings, not just to human beings. So it's a great event, great fun events for the kids, and definitely something that will help us in the future.
Yeah, and a great way, too, to keep the kids off of these things and off of their computers after school hours and doing something that's still productive and learning, but also a lot of fun for them at the same time. oakgov.com/water for more information. For you older kids out there in our senior community, there's a discussion coming up with Senator Rosemary Bayer, one of our state senators for our local area. Her senior summit is coming up on Friday, September 29th from 11:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m., closer to home on my side of the local area at the Novi Civic Center, of course, in Novi on 10 Mile Road, just east of Taft Road. There'll be discussions on distributing resources related to issues facing the senior community in our local area that the senator will then take back to Lansing to discuss with her colleagues across the aisle to help our senior community going forward. These will include financial empowerment, scam prevention and security, housing foreclosure prevention, and other housing issues, and much more. To learn more information or to inquire about how you can get involved in the Senior Summit, you can call Senator Bayer's office at 517-373-2417. 517-373-2417. We got a few minutes to go here before we'll take a short break. So let's just continue on with our stories here as we talk about issues that are facing the Oakland County area. That includes the opioid epidemic. Maybe it's not as severe as it is in many other areas of Michigan or beyond in the United States. It's still an issue here in Oakland County. In 2021, more than 3/4 of the nearly 107,000 drug overdose deaths in the U.S. involved an opioid. And during that same year, 180 overdose deaths related to opioids, including synthetic opioids, happened right here in Oakland County. That was a 119.5% increase in synthetic opioid-involved deaths over 2020 back in 2021. And so Oakland County now has an opportunity to use some funding from class action lawsuit settlements that involve opioid companies and those and others culpable in the opioid epidemic across the U.S. to help address the issue here in Oakland County. You're seeing in the picture Dave Coulter on the left side, as well as on the right side, second from the right, is Red Wings broadcaster Ken Daniels, who's one of the directors of the Jamie Daniels Foundation, which is in memory of his son, whose life was stolen by the opioid epidemic. Oakland County will be hosting listening sessions, gathering input from residents on the impact of opioids in their community, what resources are needed for both prevention and intervention, as well as to help those that are both in treatment or out of treatment and in recovery from opioid addictions, and so on and so forth. About $35 million in class action lawsuit settlement funding is coming into Oakland County over the next 20 years. And it's really important that the community has their input on how these funds can be used in our local area. Some of the upcoming sessions include in just a few days on September 12th, 11 o'clock to noon at Waterford Town Hall. There'll be another one nearby in Pontiac on September 13th from 6:30 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. in Southfield on September 18th from 6:30 to 7:30. Another one in Farmington Hills on the 19th at the Caustic Center from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. And then on the 21st of September at the White Lake Public Library on Elizabeth Lake Road, 6:30 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. Plus others all throughout the Oakland County area. Learn more on oakgov.com about these discussions. And Dayan, also an opportunity for people in our community to share their voice and their opinions on energizing connections for a healthier Oakland, or ECHO, which is a public health initiative happening here in Oakland County. Tell us how people can get involved in that.
That is true, Tyler. So ECHO is a partnership between different health departments in Oakland County, and they're trying to create a more inclusive and healthier environment or community for anyone who works, lives, plays, or even worships in Oakland County. So you don't have to only live in Oakland County if you work here, or even get your kids here to play, or you go to places of worship in Oakland County. Make sure you go in and join the survey. The survey helps them know your opinion on what kind of health priorities are of concern to you. So whatever is of concern to you, you can join in, get on your laptops, join on the survey, speak up, tell them what you think about what you want them to prioritize. This will help them, of course, create a more inclusive healthier environment, again, as I said, and community for anybody who is visiting Oakland County or regularly visits, works, or lives in Oakland County. You can go on the website oakgov.com for more information or to fill up that survey, or you can even call them on 800-848-5533. So it's 800-848-5533. Call them Monday through Friday on 8:30 to 5 to give them all your opinion on what you think you want them to prioritize or to create a healthier community in Oakland County. Tyler, on a more fun side, coming up this Saturday is a pool day for your doggies. So if you have a dog of any sizes, check this out. It's going to be Saturday, September 9th at the Waterford Oaks Wave Pool. And there's going to be 3 different times, of course, for different sizes of dogs. So they're going from 12 to 12:50. It's going to be reserved for dogs weighing 70 pounds and heavier. From 1 to 1:50 p.m., it's going to be for dogs, medium-sized dogs weighing from 31 to 69 pounds. And 2 to 50 is for our smaller, cuter little doggies. So Chihuahuas and 30 pounds or younger, it's smaller, sorry. So it's a great way to have fun with your dogs. It's going to be a very interesting event, especially for people who are dog lovers. So go ahead. Saturday is going to be nice. As I said earlier in our weather segment, it's going to be nice, partly cloudy, not too hot for the dogs, not a lot of sunshine, just on them. So it's a great way for your dogs to go out and have fun. They deserve this. Take them out. It's on September 9th, this Saturday, again at the Waterford Oaks Wave Pool.
Yeah, and you can find more information on events for your dog and fun events for yourself as well through Oakland County Parks and Recreation on oakgov.com all throughout the year. Plenty of more fun, including news and information from across the Greater West Bloomfield community today and all throughout the week on The Splash Live. It's your home for your stories and your local community on your community television, radio, and other media outlets. Civic Center TV. The Splash Live continues later on.